So apparently there are lesbians who are warning women when they come and date in this community, please ensure that you have lesbian money. Yeah, that straight shit about being broke and just expecting someone else to pay for all your, that doesn't fly over here.
As a lesbian, why would you ever have me agree with the man? Why would you ever have me agree with the man? Y'all got into that post talking about some, but Angela, I'm too poor to have my nails done, so why are you dating? The men are already calling y'all poor, saying you're dating them for their wallet. How dare you bring that over here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because let me tell you something. Do you have lesbian money? Do you have lesbian money? If you don't have lesbian money, you shouldn't be dating.
Is that like a different currency? Like, how does that work? Is that euros?
You you go on a date with a man, right? You go to dinner, okay? He ignores the appetizers straight to entree. So you go straight to entree. Now you're talking about entrees. He orders an entree, you order an entree. You may get one or two cutesy little girl drinks. He gets, I don't know, man beer and man glass with man ice cube. One or two of those. And then you go away. That doesn't happen when you're a lesbian. You go on a date as a lesbian. You order drinks immediately. Immediately. You start the whole way through the menu. So now we're at drinks. You order, oh, this is a cute drink. Oh, I like this drink too. Now you got drinks. Then you order two appetizers because you couldn't decide. As you're talking, you keep looking, oh, I want to order this other drink too. That looks good. So you're ordering more drinks and more drinks. Don't let the drinks be good. Then you're reordering the drinks. So then the waitress comes over and it's like, oh my God, are you guys ready to order your entree? And they're like, oh no, we're still deciding because you've been talking the whole fucking time. And then they're like, oh, do you want more drinks? Of course you say yes. Of course you say yes. So now there's 8 drinks on the table, 2 appetizers. You finally, oh yeah, we can order our entree. Y'all order the entree. Then you order a dessert, one that you share because you're fucking gay. Add that up. You know what? Wait. Don't add it up yet because this was only the first spot. For some reason, y'all now have decided you want to go to the movies. You go to the movies, you can't watch the movie without snacks. You order snacks and food and more drinks. Oh, somebody talked about a random sipping paint. Now you at the sipping paint. Oh, I'm feeling dessert again. Now we go and get fucking luxury bougie ice cream. How much is that? How much is that? How much is that? No.
In real money or in lesbian money? I'm still confused. Is it euros? Is it sterling?
No. Absolutely the fuck not, bitch. You can't afford some gel polish and you think you can afford a fucking 6-episode limited series date? Right. Get your fucking money up and get out my comment section. You over there typing away. You need to clock in. Clock into that job. Type in that time card. Breaking news. Lesbian wants to be taken care of by other lesbian in their lesbian relationship. More at 5. Water found in ocean. Like, what do you want me to... Baby, I got a history of paying bills. I'm not... What did you think I was going to say about that?
So she's replying to a comment that reads, this is all true. But can you make a video about the wave of mask presenting lesbians, who low-key want to be financially taken care of? It's a thing. They're trying to put the patriarchy on the mask-presenting lesbians. It's just a woman who wants to be taken care of, which is what she's responded to. In their minds, because they're masked, they're a man, and they should take up the role as a man. I always say, man, if I was a lesbian, there's no way I would let these women bring the patriarchy into lesbian relationships. It should be 50-50. You're 2 women. You're literally doing. You get to be in a relationship that isn't about. There's no societal nothing. Be free. You're trying to bring this patriarchy into the. Nah. I wouldn't go for it.
Let me tell you something. Do you have lesbian money? Do you have lesbian money? If you don't have lesbian money, you shouldn't be dating.
I can answer that question for you, and the answer is no. The girls do not have lesbian money. They barely have straight girl money. Have you not seen the epidemic on this app about going 50-50 on a first date? These girls would cry if every time they went on a date, they had to pay half of it, let alone all of it in some cases. Oh my gosh. They would lose their mind. They can't afford it. Because unfortunately, some of these girls are asking these men for basics. You asking a man to get your hair, nails, lashes done? You don't have money, Bookie? You broke? What the heck's going on? A lot of the girls are broke, and it's very unfortunate, and they're still dating because for heterosexual women, they don't have to spend any money while dating. Dating, for the most part, is free for them. So they just do it whenever. But if the girls had any type of financial responsibility when it came to dating, we'd see a lot more single women than we already do.
Women have never ever had to have money today. It's never been a thing. Except for now. Okay? Except for now in 2025, 2026. Okay? In the modern day. Because equality and all of that stuff. And yeah, if you're a woman, I've seen it. Okay? Not in real life, on the internet. Because in real life, that's crazy. But I've seen the men who they've said, hey, we splitting this bill. It's crazy. Like, I could never imagine doing it. And you guys know, I'm not about the patriarchy, you know, I'm not about none of that shit, gender roles, all that stuff. But you have to have an insane amount of nerve to sit across a woman and say, we splitting this bill? But it's happened. Okay? And if you're broke, oh man, and you're in one of those, oh man, it can be really dark. So in this next clip, we have a lesbian turned straight who is falling into lust. Okay, she can't get rid of those old feelings. She's seeing all the things out there, man. She can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? She's hearing and seeing demons everywhere she goes. Damn.
I've fallen into some very wicked lust as of late, and currently still struggling with it. I mentioned previously that before Jesus saved me, I was a lesbian. Never fully been with a man in my life. Women were all that I've ever loved since I was a little girl. When I first got saved, the first thing that Jesus decided to tell me to lay down was my lesbian lifestyle. It was the first thing that he came to me and he was like, I need you to let that go. And I cried about it. I said, Jesus, I said, you never want me to have love ever again. I don't understand this because I know that you love me. But I was like, I trust you and I surrender it to you. I cannot make this up.
You Guyanese? You Trini? She sounds like she could be Guyanese or Trini. She sounds like she got an accent. I can hear her. Oh, sorry.
And I doubted him. As if he's not God. I challenged him. I was like, you can't change my desires. I felt this way since I was a kid. You can't change it. But I said, I trust you. Within a week of me doing that and me giving him my yes, my desire started to change to feel like I wanted a husband and kids. I cannot make this up. And I was like, wow. And it's something that's been sticking with me ever since then. It's been 1.5 years now. And it's been like some ups and downs, highs and lows, moments where I really was like, okay, Lord, like, I didn't want kids. I didn't want a husband. But there were certain times when I would tell people like, oh, Jesus changed my desires. But I felt like I was lying. Because there would still be certain times where I see a certain girl and I would look at her too long and I'm trying not to look at her.
But she thick. Let's keep it real. Okay, it's difficult, man. You see her sweet, like, you're like, I saw her at the gym. I had to, cause she was wearing something crazy. But you know, you can't be a creep. So I saw it. But I was like, I just have to look away. It'd be difficult sometimes. Let's keep it real. Listen, in all seriousness, religious guilt is a real thing. And I feel sorry for these people, man. You know, there are gay people, lesbians, who believe in God. and they believe in religion. And according to Christianity, according to Islam, according to Judaism, being gay is bad. So what does that mean? Your very essence is bad. And they can't change it. You guys seen that video of that guy? I'm not gay anymore. I'm delivered. He's gay as shit.
Tell him. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women.
Okay, you... Unfortunately, and people will disagree in the comments, depending on if you're religious or whatever the case is, your sexuality, you don't wake up and pick that one day. That's biologically wired in you. You are what you are. There's no amount of praying, there's no amount of nothing that's going to change that. You can want it in her mind. She was like, yeah, I wanted it for a minute. But that biological urge is always going to creep in. Because in reality, you like women. Okay, you see these things just like how I see these things. And for a lot of gay people, lesbian people who are religious, it's something that they can't come to grips with. That this is, but no, it must be, God must be able to take it away. And again, some people will agree because some people are religious in the comments. You're better off just abstaining. If you're actually religious and you believe in this shit, be honest with yourself. You know you can't change this. You're better off just abstaining. Why the hell would you ever go and lie down with a man? You're doing a disservice to not only yourself, but to him as well. You're not going to enjoy that shit. Be honest. You want the big booty bitches. Let's be for real. I remember growing up, being 14, 13. And at this point, I'm very religious. Very, very religious. I went to a Christian school, go to church, whatever the case is. And I remember feeling so badly after masturbating, for example, or watching porn. I used to pray and repent when I used to do that shit. So religious guilt is a real thing. But unfortunately for these people, they're fighting their biology.
But I started to view women differently, as daughters of God rather than, a piece of meat. I was like, oh, Jesus changing my desires, but something in me the whole time felt like I was lying. Until the devil placed the right, or should I say the wrong woman in front of me. This girl recently that I met who ticked every box of the type of woman that I was attracted to. Every box. Looks, personality, everything. And I've been stumbling. And Jesus has been doing everything to help me by blocking me from being around this girl. Like literally putting blocks in place so that I will not be around this girl. And you know what I've been doing? Defying him intentionally. Because I've been too weak. And I got angry at Jesus. I got angry at him. I said, Lord, you are God. You can do anything. You can do anything. I said, you can take away this desire from me. Why haven't you? And I felt hurt at the Lord. I felt hurt at Jesus. I'm like, because you could take this away right now.
That's where the video ends. So essentially what she's saying here is she was on that straight shit for a minute, but she just started busting out a sweet one. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't resist. That's genuinely where she ended the video. And she hasn't uploaded like any of the video that she's been busting out a thing. That's crazy. Here's the thing. If I was gay and religious, I'd be one of those religious people that are like, no, but God said love everyone. That's the type of person you go. You can't follow the religion like fully and be mentally sane. You can't do it. Because this is just a fact, okay? I don't feel this way. This is just a fact. Every time being gay is mentioned in the Bible is followed by abomination and death. Like every time. It's one of like the 5 things that are very clear in the Bible. Like there's no real debate. There's no real discussion. Like God don't like you niggas, man. Listen, I don't feel that way, okay? But that's just a fact. So if I was you, I'd, just be one of those people that didn't believe that. You can't really change what you believe, right? Which is the unfortunate thing. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough. Different people, different struggles in life. You know, her whole page is about Jesus. I'm looking at her page. Publicly sharing the gospel on the bus and the train and thing. But she's busting out things. Like, you can't say she doesn't believe. Because I hate when people do that. Just because she's gay doesn't mean she doesn't fully believe. She clearly believes. She just can't fight what she is. Unfortunately.
This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't let this go. This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't let this go. Girl, if I'm doing too much, just let me know. For some reason,